This is the Hollyland Lark M1, and being a small, compact, wireless lav system for any sort of creation without breaking the bank, I really wanted to like it. But before we go any further, I just want to say that Hollyland did not sponsor this video in any way, shape, or form. I bought the mic with my own money. Okay? That out of the way, let's carry on. So I was looking around YouTube and I found a bunch of creators talking about the Hollyland Lark M1s as a really good budget option for anyone looking for a wireless lav system. And since everyone was speaking so highly of it, I picked it up because I wanted to have something easy to use if I just want to record a quick video that I could just pop on the camera and go, or to have something for, you know, when I'm on the go to use then. The lav comes in this good hard carrying case, and you know, the presentation is certainly there. This case seems like it's good quality. The zipper is nice and tough, it won't open accidentally, and inside you have everything that you need. So mine is the solo version, so it only comes with one transmitter. That means that it also does not have the charging case that the duo version does. It's a bit cheaper, but I have no use for another microphone, so I picked up the solo one. But that also means that inside the case, the receiver and the microphone itself have these little cutouts in this tough protective material, so, you know, they're not going anywhere and they're going to be well protected whatever happens. On the other side, there is a small pouch where you have all the cables that you need. You have a 3.5 to 3.5 cable, a 3.5 to 3.5 TRRS cable, TRRS to TRS. You have the wind cover for the microphone, and you have two USB-C charging cables. This is because one's for the receiver, one's for the microphone itself. But the build quality of the set itself is decent. It's pretty good. So it is all plastic, but it does feel sturdy enough that it won't break anything. And it's really light, especially the microphone is really light, so it won't be pulling down on a shirt or a lapel. You won't have a problem getting this anywhere. But I mean, the lav itself is really small. It's 4.8 centimeters by 2 centimeters, and it weighs barely anything. But that means that it will not be pulling down on the shirt of whoever this is on or the lapel. It's easy to get anywhere and it's easy to hide. You see, if I put it on the shirt, it's right there. So it's just a little clip that you can see, and the top. I mean, if you use the wind cover, then you can get some extra chest hair if that's what you've always wanted. But, you know, I mean, it's a nice addition, so, and it's pretty good. It's simple to put on and it works, so, you know, it's a great addition. But the lav itself has its USB-C port on the bottom here, so you charge it using that. And on the left side, or right side, depending on how you look at it, it has two buttons. The power on button and the pairing / noise cancelling on off button. So hold it for pairing and then clicking it changes it from noise cancelling to non-noise cancelling. I'll get into that a little later. And on the front, it has a little LED which is in blue mode if it's not noise cancelling, and green if it is noise cancelling. The receiver is quite small itself as well. It's the same 4.8 centimeters, but this one is 2.7 centimeters wide. And so this one, the USB-C port, charging port, is on the right side, and it also has two buttons there. One of them is the pairing / volume up button, and the other one is stereo mono mode toggle / volume down button. And the other side has a power button as well as the 3.5 millimeter connection. On the bottom, it has a clip that you can clip onto things, but if you want to mount this on your camera, that clip actually goes into the hot shoe or shoe mount, whatever that you have on your camera, and it does stay there. It's not coming off unless something hits it, but probably not even then. My only problem is that it's so tight and it protrudes quite a bit from the shoe mount that it feels uncomfortable to put in, but also it feels uncomfortable to pull out. I'm not sure what the better solution would have been, but I just don't like this. Maybe you just make it a bit less wide, but I don't know. I just find it uncomfortable to use. If you're really interested in all of the particular specs of the microphone, like the kilohertz amounts and all of that, well, here you go. If you want to have a better gander at them, you can pause the video, look at them, because they're going away now. Because now I want to hop into how the microphone actually sounds and what my problem with it is. So as a control, this is my usual setup. So I have my Samsung CO2 right up here. If you want to check that out, I have a review of that in one of those corners. But this is going to be our control. This is how I normally sound, and I really like how it sounds. How we're going to do this is that I'm going to be reading an excerpt. I'm going to be reading a text from The Gentleman's Guide to Motoring by Vic Darkwood. But the point is, I want to cover as many bases as I can, so I'm going to connect this to the A6400 that I'm shooting with right now. Then I'm going to connect it to the Lumix GH5. And then finally, I'm going to connect it to my Pixel 6 so that you can get a proper... You can see that it's how this microphone sounds is not just down to the preamps. Well, you'll see. The first and most important rule for the learner to absorb and never forget is this. Always assume that the other people you meet on the road, whether they are walking, driving either horses or motor cars, or bicycling, are fools, and that they are probably going to do something idiotic which will endanger your life as well as their own. The first and most important rule for the learner to absorb and never forget is this. Always assume that the other people you meet on the road, whether they are walking, driving either horses or motor cars, or bicycling, are fools, and that they are probably going to do something idiotic which will endanger your life as well as their own. The first and most important rule for the learner to absorb and never forget is this. Always assume that the other people you meet on the road, whether they are walking, driving either horses or motor cars, or bicycling, are fools, and that they are probably going to do something idiotic which will endanger your life as well as their own. The first and most important rule for the learner to absorb and never forget is this. Always assume that the other people you meet on the road, whether they are walking, driving either horses or motor cars, or bicycling, are fools, and that they are probably going to do something idiotic which will endanger your life as well as their own. Back on the Samsung CO2 again, what did you think? Because when I heard the first recordings that I did, I thought I did something wrong. Because I wasn't impressed by the sound quality. It sounds muddy to me, and just... I have a $19 Boya cable lav, and I think that sounds pretty close to this. That might be overstating it a bit, but still, I don't understand what all the hype is about. I mean, overall, I think that the sound quality is all right, but I think it is definitely that you get what you paid for. So it's not like the budget option that you can get a Rode Wireless Go 2 for $60. No, not even close. But for $60, I think it's completely fine for what you're getting. But that makes me really sad, because I really wanted it to be the next evolution in budget lav microphones. But in this state, it just has absolutely no use to me. So, I mean, and let's cover our bases here. If you think that it could be because of the stereo or mono mode, it's not. Or if you think that it's due to placement, it's not. But just to cover all bases here, let me prove it to you. So this is the Hollyland Lark M1 connected to the Sony a6400 in non-noise cancelling stereo mode. And now this is the Hollyland Lark M1 connected to the Sony a6400 without noise cancelling, still in the same spot, but in mono mode. Do you hear a difference? Do you think that there is one? I don't. Okay, and now we're back to stereo mode. So let's try to change the location of the lav itself. So this is now the lav on my chest area. So if you get it a bit further down, this is pretty much what it sounds like.
Or maybe you just want me to do this and show you that even if you are the biggest reporter in the world, it's not going to make a difference with the Hollyland Lark M1 Solo.
But there, as you can see, it doesn't matter what you do, the sound doesn't get any better. So, oh, and the noise cancelling feature, it's actually pretty functional. It's good at cutting out unwanted noises, but it does actually pretty easily also cut out your voice, just your normal talking voice. Let me show you. I'll turn it on. So this is now the Hollyland Lark M1 in noise cancelling mode. And you might have noticed already that every now and then it might, cut out my voice. And sure, while it might cut out other noises as well, it kind of defeats the purpose if it also cuts you out. There's just a lot of weird things about this microphone that I just don't entirely understand. All in all, I think that for $60 for the Solo one, or $100, $110 about for the Duo one with the charging case and all that, it's fine, but it's not that big of a deal as I've seen some people make it out to be. It's pretty much what you're getting what you're paying for. If you're comparing this to the Boya wired, I think it's by M1 or M01 or something like that, you're getting about double the microphone. And that microphone is fine. And so you're paying double and you're getting, it's fine. So if you feel like that is worth the cost, then sure. And if you're getting the Duo kit, well, that has more functionality than just this one. But don't expect a cheaper version of something like the Rode Wireless Go, because it's just simply better as a microphone than this is. But I'm really curious, do you guys know of other budget options for like a smart or like a wireless lav system? Let me know in the comments below. And while you're down there, also let me know what you think of the microphone itself. Were you wowed by it? Did you feel like this is something that you would maybe go for? Let me know. And if you do want to go for it, I will link it in the description. Now, as always, that will be an Amazon affiliate link, so it will support everything that I do. So if you use that, then thank you. But other than that, have a great rest of your week, everyone, and I will catch you all in the next one. Okay? Bye.